speaker tonight probably needs zero introduction, but staying in the downtown theme, our fourth speaker is Jacque Gentile with the Bookshelf in preparation of coming up on 50 years, very short, nearly 50, as I would like to say. Jackie's here tonight to speak on the pleasures of books and those who love them. Please welcome Jacque Gentile.
Thank you, Dave, for the introduction. I am Jacque Gentile. I'd like to give you just a little background. Pat, my husband, and I moved here in 1975. We feel very vested in this community, and we love this community. I actually taught for Madeira and retired in 2009. My husband, Pat, served on the school board for 20 years, so we had a lot of education going on. Our daughters, Betsy and Sarah, both grew up in Madeira, graduated with a fine foundation, and went on to become teachers themselves. Betsy's husband is Tom Henning. He is a Madeira councilman. Sarah's husband is Brian Kellett. He is now the new Madeira basketball coach at the high school. And our grandchildren are all thriving at Madeira. So we're very proud and we feel very vested in this darling community. Teaching, the love of reading, of course, since college has been my passion. And being able to teach at Madeira, of course, was wonderful. And then being able to transition into the Bookshelf was like a dream come true. Perfect little spot. I felt warm going in there as a customer and love going in there as a worker bee. It's a great place to be. For those of you that don't know, and every week we get customers that say, I've lived here for 30 years. I had no idea you were here. They might come to us from the wine shop or from the Mad Potter, but they're excited, and of course we're excited to see them. We face we share the Kroger parking lot. So we are on the base of the parking lot, and we're small, maybe 1,200 square feet. As David said, we are now beginning our 49th year, and it's been a true pleasure. I've only been there 14 of those, but they've been fun every year. The store was opened by 3 lovely women in 1975, and their husbands built all the shelving that is still there today, shelving many of our books. I like to call our cash register our store motto. For those of you that remember the dime store on Miami, when the dime store closed, we were able to acquire their cash register. So it's from the 1850s, and we do have a computer program over here, but we have to know how to count change over here. And it's fun, and so we kind of call it our store motto. We think it's just great. And people are finding us all the time, which we love. Chris Weber and I are now the current owners, and Chris is a bibliophile. She is crucial to the business. She remembers everything about a book, if it walks in the store, where it goes from shelf to shelf, and who it walked out with. She's just a wonderful source and a wealth of knowledge. Of course, for Chris and I, reading is a passion, and anytime we can excite somebody else about reading, then we've fulfilled our day, and it makes us happy. I have gone from learning from my 3rd graders for years to now learning from our customers. They bring a wealth of knowledge to us, which is wonderful, always. Our goal at the Bookshelf is personal service and to meet the needs of our customer. Our pleasure is in meeting those needs. It makes the day. So I wanted to share a few pleasures. I don't have so many stories as pleasures about being in the book business. Some of our pleasures are watching a parent come in, and they are all of a sudden thinking, oh, my child is 3. I remember reading this book, and I'd like to see if you still carry it. Most of them are young enough that we can still get a hold of that book. We had the scratch and sniff books at Christmas, and one of the gals came in and said, this was my book. I can still smell it. And she's scratching away on the book as a new copy. My selfish pleasure is some of those parents I had in third grade. So now I'm getting to see them with their children, which is wonderful. We have grandparents whose children live away, and they say, I remember reading Charlotte's Web to my child. I want to send it to my grandchild. So there's a lot of pleasure in helping them find books that they can share as a second time around with their grandchildren. We have customers who are traveling, looking forward to a cruise, and our travel section is their first stop because they want to know as much about this exciting cruise. Maybe it's an anniversary or a whole family cruise, so they're looking for travel books. I had one customer who he would travel from state to state, his family, and he said, every state I visit, I'd like to read an author from that state. That was new to me. That was the first, but I thought very clever. So he was going to Montana, and he chose an Ivan Doig book who writes all about Montana. So that was perfect. But anytime we see a reader smile at a new title, we find that a pleasure. So everything for us is truly a pleasure. Sometimes we'll have a customer who a book has been suggested by a friend, but they can't remember the title at all. If they give us a little snippet, Chris, our guru, most often, can remember that book and say, oh yes, I remember that. Once in a while I can remember the young ones, but she does a great job with some of the classics. So sometimes we can find it just through a snippet of the description. We often have customers who come in and say, my friend shared the best title with me. I don't remember the title, but I know it was orange. And they circulate through the store looking for orange covers or red covers, but we get a lot of the color cover question. And if we're lucky and it's current, we can say, oh yes, we know which one you're talking about. We have much pleasure in hosting local authors for their signings. We're happy, we provide the venue. They often bring their own books, or we order and bring them in and have author signings, which is wonderful. Lauren Long, who is a Madeira resident and a New York bestseller as of last month in a children's book, lives right in Madeira. So we are able to have him, he'll stop by and sign for us at any time. Another one that you may be familiar with is Will Hillenbrand. He lives in Terrace Park. And he, again, is very humble, lovely writer, and loves to explain to the children how he started his artistic techniques. So just signings like that. One of our former partners at the store, Louise Borden, is also a children's author and became so busy with writing that the store she had to leave the store. We host a Book Angel program at Christmas time, and our customers are most gracious. The Book Angel program allows us to put books in the hands of children that do not own a book yet, or might not own their own book. They have them at school, they might get them at the library, but they are not able to own their own books. So we are affiliated with some of the Cincinnati public schools, and those books are donated. We're matched with teachers, but the books are purchased by our lovely customers who make a donation at Christmas time. We call them Book Angels, and they truly are. We get back darling thank you notes. Teaching was rewarding to me personally in every way. My favorite time of the day was read aloud time, when you could watch a classroom sit still for 20 to 30 minutes because of a good book. You knew you had a great title. And that's the pleasure that I like to pass on to adults now, that they walk away with a book, a good book, and they're excited. We have parents that come in and sit and just come in to read. They sit in a rocker with their children, they read a couple of books, and they leave, but everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. It's much fun for me to watch, and Chris, to watch a teenager come in and search for a book. Our teens are so busy with sports and school and homework and all. When they still find the pleasure of reading, we're excited and happy to provide that for them. We have customers who are feeling for a friend that is down, and they just want a gift of a book to lift the spirits of that friend. And they might peruse 2 or 3 books and take one for them, but also for themselves. It's very dangerous in a bookstore. It's like a man in a hardware store. It's hard to leave without something in your hand. Our books can make any of us laugh or any of us cry. They bring so much to the table. And in our fast pace, sometimes we forget that. We take great pleasure in welcoming new customers. Being an independent store provides sort of a close-knit, comfortable, it's non-threatening place to be. Our returning customers are voracious readers, and they are often telling us, I don't see this on your shelf yet. You need to have this on your shelf. And Chris is good about getting it in right away if they've beat us to the punch. And we have timid readers who say, it's time for me to come back to reading. I just want something friendly to help encourage me to read again. So I know I sound like a teacher because I'm so excited about reading, but it's such pleasure for all of us. On a final note, above our store is a preschool, the growing room, and they're marching and their blocks are dropping, and customers come in and say, what is this noise? But for us, it's a pleasure because we know they're future readers, and we're excited about that. So if you ever need a good read and are having a hard time, feel free to come. If it's not on our shelf, we'll find it for you, and we'd love to introduce you to the pleasure. So